we're going to be talking about automation. Doing things, repeating tasks or small tasks over and over again, making things easier to help us free up time for other things to do. So I often think about tasks and I look at my tasks and try and review what the little action steps that I do on a daily basis. And I ask a few questions, and I think that's the first thing to ask with regard to automating anything. The first question is, do I need to do it? Do I need to actually do that task? Could somebody else do that task? Could somebody else do it? Or could it be automated through a computer or a mechanism? So for example, I'll give you an example. I bought one of those brilliant robotic hoovers. I don't know if you've seen them. They're like a little round disc that goes around and vacuums and hoovers your carpets for you, and you just press a button and it goes around and does it. And we call ours Rover. So Rover every now and again comes out and hoovers. Brilliant, absolutely superb bit of automation. It's absolutely brilliant. So Rover goes round and hoovers the carpet, and that stops getting the big hoover out and all that type of stuff. So simple little thing, press a button and the hoovering's done. You don't have to worry about it. When it's done, Rover goes back to his little charging point and he charges up for the next time. So the question there is, eliminate. Can you get rid of the thing that you're doing, or could somebody else do it, or something else, or something else do it, you know, like Rover, our little hoovering robot. So you ask yourself, can I eliminate? Or can I remove a barrier of getting things done? So for example, one of the barriers I had was, or one of the things I wanted to do was drink more water. Cheers. And it wasn't necessarily a barrier, but it wasn't set up so I could regularly drink water every day, which I wanted to do. So quite simply, what I did, I bought 3 big water bottles that I fill up every night and I put in the fridge. And when I go down, you know, wake up in the morning, I usually put coffee on, I grab one of those bottles and place them around the house, basically, so they're all around me. And my aim is to drink those 3 bottles throughout the day and refill them and drink them again. Simple little idea, you know, do it the night before, put it out ready. So I remove the barriers of having, oh, I've got to go downstairs and get a glass of water and go come out the office and go and get a glass of water. They're already there set up for me. So I removed the barriers and made it easier to do. So then how do you make this an automatic thing? And automatic for me is it can be repeated with little steps and as easy and as frequently as possible. So here are a couple of strategies to make some daily routines automatic. Now you can do a lot of things on computer. You can do a lot of things to do automatic things. So for example, you can, you know, set your computer up or your phone up to do things for you. You know, I can now set my phone up and say, post a tweet, and I read the tweet and it gets tweeted for me, and I just have to check what it writes because sometimes it doesn't get it right. But you know, that's automation. I also use my phone to take notes, and I've found some fantastic apps that I use, you know. So I use one called Drafts, and actually what I can do with Drafts is I can press my watch and I can talk into my watch, and automatically that is on every one of my computers in the Drafts app, which is fantastic. And it's free. We all like free, don't we? So free stuff is good stuff. So yeah, so, you know, simple little things like that. So let's look at the 3 main areas I'm going to talk about in automation today. I have to learn how to say it, aren't I? So the first one is easy grab. Easy grab. Make things easy to grab. And my water story, what I told about before, is an easy grab idea. The other easy grab idea, which I've talked about before, is my wheelie case that I have. And I have a list in my wheelie case of when I'm going to certain places. So if I'm going on holiday, for example, to Spain for a week, I've got a list of what goes in my easy grab. If I am going to a hotel for an evening or 2 evenings, maybe on a bit of work, or I'm going to see someone or whatever, I have a sort of like a 2-night list, and it always gets stored in the little pocket in my wheelie, you know, my wheelie suitcase. And it's easy grab, do it, it's there. I'm trying to do more walking at the moment, and I'm trying to walk 1 million steps by the end of this year, which is fantastic. And what I've been finding is when I walk in the morning, so I get up, and as soon as I get up, this is what I do. I have by my bedside I have a pair of shorts, I have a t-shirt, because it's quite warm at the moment, I have my trainers, my socks, boom, into them straight away, go to the loo, do all that bit that you need to do, and then I grab a bottle of water and get out the door, and I am walking. So it's easy to grab. It makes that routine easy to do, and it's automatic then. And then, of course, when I go to bed at night, my routine, my automation is to get that little pile of stuff ready by my bedside. So that's an easy grab idea. What about in the kitchen? So an idea that I had the other week, actually, and what I've done, you know, you have your kitchen cupboards and you open them up, and you usually put all your glasses in one place, don't you? And you usually put all your cups in one place and your plates in another and all that. Well, actually, what now we've got one shelf, which is the first shelf, and that's the easy grab shelf. And the only things that are there are things that are used on a daily basis. Okay, one mug, one cup, one plate, one bowl, just there to grab quickly, and the rest are in higher shelves. It's amazing how much you don't use when you look at that. So that's an easy grab shelf. What else? Well, clothes is an obvious one, isn't it? Your easy grab clothes in your wardrobe or in your at home. You know, how do you sort your wardrobe? Do you have it ready so you've got things? And I know people have already posted and did lots of tips about how they organize their clothes and what they do. But, you know, do you have separate drawers that you go into? Well, why don't you just have in one drawer, you know, your underwear, your socks, and your whatever else you have, a t-shirt or whatever you wear, just in one drawer, a ready drawer, an easy grab drawer. So that's tip number one for automation. Number two is using technology, and I've talked earlier about using your phone. Do you use Siri? Do you use Alexa? Oh wow, didn't go off. But I use Alexa a lot, so I use Alexa for setting timers. So Alexa, set a 5-minute timer.
5 minutes, starting now.
Done. I also have got some of these amazing bulbs that I have in my house, and I can speak to Alexa, or I can set it on my timer when the lights go off and go on. So, for example, Alexa, lamp 100%. Alexa, lamp 10%. See? And all that is a bulb and Alexa. And the bulbs are really cheap and, well, cheaper, and, you know, they do save energy, etc. And you can now relatively get an Alexa for nothing. And also you can get these deals actually that have that. So I have a couple of those lamps around the house, and what's great, the lights come and the lights go off. Great way to train yourself, by the way, to wake up early in the morning. So the lamp in the bedroom, basically, I don't use an alarm clock now. The light goes up in the morning at a certain time and goes down at night time. And you can just switch it off just by saying, Alexa, turn lamp off. Alexa, turn lamp on. There you go. How's that? Automation within that. You can do loads of stuff. Go on the internet and have a look. But simple little things. I also use Siri to add to my to-do list. And I also use it to add it to my specialized sorting to-do list, which I mentioned in another video, just to add a task. And I also can say, hey Siri, add to my shopping list, buy cheese.
All right, I've added it to your shopping list.
Automate it, just set it up on the computer. So yeah, try that. What about automation with your filing system? Now I, at the start of August, sorted out all my files on my computer. I usually do it every month, but I've now set up a very, very clear filing system, and I am using tags, hashtags, which help me. So I have hashtag home, hashtag work, hashtag start, hashtag to read, etc., etc., hashtag ideas. And I use that same tagging system in everything I do. It's just easier to find things because you can now search by hashtags. And the last thing about automation, which I'm going to talk about within technology, is a password manager. Now, I'm not going to get into passwords, numbers, symbols, this and that, but I have used a password manager for years. The trick is that you use it and you make sure that it's really secure, and you make sure you use labels and you hashtag. So for example, this morning I switched on my other computer, that one, and I'd done an update last night, which I do normally, and for some reason it lost my Facebook password. Now, I can't remember my Facebook password because it's all numbers and letters and various things, but my password manager does, and that helps me. And all I need to do is log on to that, and it transfers it across. And it's a really simple and easy way to remember passwords. And the last thing I'm going to talk about within automation is habit stacking and creating routines. Now, in the next video, I'm going to talk about routines. But today I'm just going to say, think about putting activities together to make it automatic. I'm going to have to get this word right, aren't I? Automation, okay? So, for example, I've talked about this before. When I put my coffee on in the morning, so I've done my walk, I put my coffee on, I know my coffee machine takes about 2 minutes to make a coffee, so what I do in that time is empty the dishes. I also have a pint of water, in a big bottle. My rule is, talk about water, I have to drink it. I have a big pint of fresh water there. I sip my water. I actually take my vitamin tablets as well, which are near the coffee pot. Just made it as simple as possible, removing those barriers. And it's also called habit stacking, because now I do it automatically. I automatically press the coffee, and I actually can feel myself doing it now. I press the coffee, I open the dishwasher, boom, things away, things away, things away. Pint of water as I'm emptying the dishwasher. My vitamins are ready there for me by the coffee pot. Vitamins, finish off the water, fresh cup of coffee, ready to check things and get on with the day. Simple little routines. And you do this automatically. You already do this. So, for example, think about your brushing your teeth routine. Do you brush your teeth before you wash your face, or do you shave? What do you do? But you'll find that your sort of ablutions routine is a routine that you've just built over the years. So that's called habit stacking. And again, we've talked about that before. So folks, today we've talked about automate. Siri's telling me time's up. Cancel Siri. Not Siri, that's not Siri, that's Alexa. You've got to remember what your things are called as well. But anyway, it's remembered. Alexa, stop. There you go, thank you. So that's telling me it's time to finish up. So this is what we've talked about. We've talked about automation, and I suggested you think about eliminating, think about making things easier. So tip number one, an easy grab bag, or however you're going to do, or whatever you're going to call it. Use technology, like I've just seen, and then habit stack along the way, and build those little routines together so they become automatic and you do them automatically.